start, who'd like to get the bidding up? $4,400,000 right here in the room. We're talking at 900, 930, 1,950,000. 4,950 is the bid at $4 million.
Well, a very good morning, folks, and welcome to the 2026 REIV Senior Auctioneering Competition. Now, this is one of the most coveted, you can say, prizes and awards that people want to win in our industry. Certainly going to be hotly contested. We're going to see a fine show, I'm sure. My name is Harry. I'm a past contestant in this competition. I'll be your MC and I'll be Chief Judge for today's proceedings. Just like to firstly, of course, thank our sponsors for the event. Without them, of course, such events won't be held as well. Auctions Live, of course, providing a great digital solution when it comes to auctioneering, and Aon Insurance. We love their support as well. Before we do commence, I just want to touch on a few housekeeping items. Please ensure your phone is off or on silent. We want to make sure we minimize any distractions for the auctioneers when they are performing. Strictly no bidding, folks. We do have scripted bidders in play already. Please, no matter how, convincing the auctioneers are in their endeavours, please refrain from bidding. We want to keep it fair across all the auctioneers. So just enjoy the show, watch them perform. The best thing that you could do and what you can provide to all auctioneers is just a bright smile if they look your way. That'll give them a good positive energy and certainly feeling even better on stage. Each auctioneer will take approximately 15 minutes, give or take, of course, to complete their auction. This year, we had one late withdrawal, so we have 8 competitors in this year's competition. At the conclusion of today's auction calls, the judges, after they deliberate and, of course, assess all their scoring, 4 finalists will be announced and will compete tomorrow for the 2026 Senior Auctioneering Competition Final, today being the heats, of course. This will be held at REIQ headquarters like today and will be streamed online via Auctions Live as well. To assist with our competitors, once again, please do not distract them by entering or exiting the room. So what we'll be doing once the start of an auction, once an auctioneer does start the auction, we won't let anyone in or exit the room itself. You can only go for toilet breaks in between the auctions. The auctions they'll be conducting, in some way you can say they're a little bit tougher than the standard Saturday auctions that the auctioneers will conduct normally. However, they do represent quite often situations that may arise during the course of an auction, though that may not be common, but they can arise. So what we want to see is their composure and certainly their ability to handle different situations that may occur in the course of an auction. Today's auction, once again, will be live streamed via Auctions Live, and for those of you that are watching online, we do welcome you and thank you for your support as well. I'd like to encourage everyone who is part of today, or if you've got friends and colleagues that are competing, please share the socials across, of course, Instagram, Facebook, and the like. The channels are available. Please share them within your network. I'd like to thank, of course, our judging panel, very esteemed judging panel that we do have today. We do have 3 on the panel. Firstly, we've got Stavros Ambatsidis. He's the founder and director and auctioneer of O'Brien Real Estate and REIV Auction Chapter Chairman. Please give him a round of applause. We've got Milo Rezanak, managing partner and auctioneer of McDonald Upton and winner of the 2015 REIV Senior Auctioneer Competition. Thank you, Milo. And Eddie Van Hamelin. He's a director of Etika, an experienced bidder and judge at several REIV auction comps, and he's a buyer's advocate representing out there in the field. We'll love his insights as well. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks for your time. Our competitors have been in lockdown over the past half hour, 1 hour or so. Their devices, their digital devices have all been removed, so they've received no communications for the last 60 minutes. They've been unable to hear, of course, the sequence that we've been practicing since the morning, and they'll be coming out, of course, to a surprise of what's going to be occurring. They'll be allowed to join the audience as soon as they finish. Of course, phones will be given to them, provided to them once they conclude. Just so you know, in terms of proceedings, we expect that the last auctioneer will finish their auction at about 12:40 p.m. today. With, of course, the finalists to be announced circa 1 p.m, give or take, depending if there are any delays at all, just to give you a perspective on time. So without further ado, folks, we'll just get things going and let's get things underway. We'll just make sure our first competitor is ready. Looks like he is. Folks, please give a big round of applause to our first competitor, Stephen Service from Heaviside Real Estate.
Well, a very good
Mr.
morning.
Auctioneer,
Oh, jeez, yes.
I want to have a quick look at the apartment. Can you confirm what level it's on?
Yep, it's on the first floor. I'll get one of my colleagues to quickly run you through while we're doing the spiel, but I can't wait for you. But please, one of my colleagues will show you through and then you pop out. Good luck today. Any other questions before we start? Good. Well, a very good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our vendors at Heavyside Real Estate, I'd like to welcome today's auction here in beautiful East Melbourne. By way of introduction, my name is Stephen Zervis. I'll be your auctioneer here this morning. Assisting me today, I've got Mr. Tim Heavyside, I've got Leo Lazzarotto, and I've got Holly Walker right behind me on our whiteboard, taking down your bids at any time during the auction, either hand from Leo, Tim, Holly, or even myself. Yes, as the auctioneer, I'll stop everything I'm doing. I'll come and have a chat to you, but please, ladies and gentlemen, we do wish you all the best. The property we offer for your competition today is best described in the attached copy of title. Well, there's two titles. The first one is for the apartment, volume number 09486, folio 266, lot number 8. And for the car park, the accessory unit, the car space, the volume number 09631, folio 595, lot number 14. But ladies and gentlemen, better known to you and I as number 8 at 35 Powell Street here in East Melbourne, selling together with all the improvements including the following shuttles, fixed floor coverings, electric light fittings and window furnishings of a permanent nature. We sold the property today for a price that will be determined shortly. Corporate deposit 10%, balance in 30 days time, and at settlement the vendor will deliver the purchaser vacant possession of the property. Before I do continue and ask for your bidding, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a very important announcement to make. Today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions made available prior to the start of the auction. The rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting any bids or offers for a property after the property's been knocked down a successful bidder. Vendors will then got a reserve price, and as the auctioneer will indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids, major distraction by bidders, and bidders preventing others from bidding, and provides fines for such conduct. The rules permit vendor bids, and as the auctioneer will indicate bidders upon request. Ladies and gentlemen, I can make a vendor bid, and the words I will use are vendor bid. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed? Good. I like that. Ready to rock and roll? Well, ladies and gentlemen, why would you buy a home amongst the gum trees when you're 500 metres from the MCG? Ladies and gentlemen, first time offered since 1976. That's 50 years. The Bell family purchased this property. They acquired this property. 50 years is a long time in real estate, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a wonderful property for them. It's time to find the new owner. But what a property we have for your consideration. One of only 12 in this boutique development. It's a north-facing aspect, beautiful sunshine throughout. It's close to 70 square metres of living space internally. That is huge for a two-bedroom apartment. More than big, ample space to entertain your friends and family, ready to move into straight away in arguably one of Melbourne's finest suburbs. Ladies and gentlemen, before I do continue, we were voted a couple of weeks ago as the most livable city in the world. Melbourne has been through the ringer. We have, but we've got through it. We are in the most livable city in the world. East Melbourne, right at the edge of the CBD, walking distance to wonderful amenities, the parklands, the schools, the shops, the restaurants, the cafes. You are absolutely going to love living here, and the benefit to you is you really can walk everywhere. Sell the car, no need for EV charges, no need to go out and buy that Tesla. You can walk everywhere. The amenities are within arm's reach of everything you need. Zoned for Collingwood College, zoned for Richmond West Primary School, surrounded by the incredible amenities in a beautiful little pocket. East Melbourne does punch above its weight for such a little suburb. Ladies and gentlemen, think about this. 50 years of ownership. Obviously, there's a compelling reason why they kept it for 50 years, but it is time now for the new owner to come in and enjoy everything has to offer. Tightly held complex. In the last 10 years, only 2 properties have been sold in this very complex. So it is tightly held. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen sales of these type of properties in and around the area within 500 metres, anywhere from 221, 22, 23. There was one in Grey Street, which is 440 metres, just around the corner, selling for just over $2.5 million. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, for the first time in 50 years, 8 at 35, Powell Street in East Melbourne. All we ask is for a fair and reasonable opening bidder offer now. First time in 50 years, ladies and gentlemen, put it to you now, who'd like to go first? And by the way, it's okay to bid first. Put you in a position of power to buy here today. Beautiful quiet street.
1.81.
1.81. Sir, I was hoping you're open for a start around $2 million. Would you round me up to 2? Anyone else in the crowd? Maybe raise me up, bid me to 2. Well, so you know what? You were first. It was $1,181,000.
1.81.
Yep, $1,810,000. At $1,810,000, I'll start us off here. Maybe someone round me up to 1.9, or even take me to $2 million. But at $1,810,000, off and away we go now. At 810 and 810, I've got at 810. 25. 810, 35. Welcome and good luck to you today at 35. At 35 now. At 35, sir, have it round me up to 1.0 at 85. 35. 35 now.
25.
60. At 60 now. At 60, I've got 6. Have it round me up to 1.9. 60.
Match his.
60. 95. At 95 now.
Match his last bid.
85. I apologise. At 85. At 85, I've got 1,885 at 85 now. At 85, round me up to 9, if you will. At 85.
I'll do one better than her, 26.
Welcome and good luck to you today. 901. At 901.
No.
25 is 85. 11. 911. At 911 now, at 911 now, at 911 I've got 3.
Alright, I'll give you 27.
911. At 911, 31, 38. At 38 now. At 38 I've got 938. At 38.
Add one more, 28.
38. At 1,938,000, 58, 59. Hang on. Sorry, can you just confirm your bid against ma'am?
1938.
38 plus
28.
38 plus 28 is 56. 66. At 1966. At 66 now, at 66 I've got. At 66 now, 1,966,000. At 66, 3 of you in it now, at 66. At $1,966,000. First, second, third time. At $1,966,000. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, highest bidder over here has the first right to negotiate if there's no further bidder offer. At $1,966,000. The schools, the shops, the public transport, East Melbourne. Wonderful amenities, so close to the stations. City edge, here we go, 1,966,000. Once, twice, 3 times. Done, finished and silent at $1,966,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what I'll do, I'm going to advance the bid on a vendor bid a little bit closer to where we need to be. Advance it to $2 million, but I'll invite you back in for a $20,000 rise, sir, ma'am and sir earlier. $2 million now.
2030.
2030. At 30 now. At 2030. Yeah, so 2,030,000. At 2,030,000 now. Welcome back, sir. 2,030,000. At 30 now. At 30 I've got. At $2,030,000. At 30 now. At 2,030,000 now. Once, twice.
2,050,000.
50 now. At 50.
I'll give you one more than her last.
One more than her last. At 50, so that's 2,101,000. 51. You give me. It's one more than her last.
21,000.
She gave me, yep. 71. 71. At 71 now. At 71 I've got.
I'll give you the same as the last.
92. 2,092,000. 2,092,000 now. At 92 now. At 92 I've got. Here we go. At $2,092,000. Once, twice, 3 times. At 92. Sir, you earlier. Anyone else at the back?
One
at
more
92?
than the last. $
2,092,000. So bids here at 2,092,000. So you're saying you're going to $2,092,000, so $22,000 rise? Yep, at $2,092,000, $2,092,000 plus 22. 115.
2,114,000.
114. I apologise. Thank you for correcting me. At 2,114,000. At 114 now. At 114 now. 2,114,000. At $2,114,000. Once, twice, 3 times. At $2,114,000. All done, finished, and silent. At $2,114,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll seek some instruction from our vendor. Won't keep you too much longer. Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Vendor, $6 grand away. The 3 bidders going really well.
Just pass it in if it doesn't meet my reserve.
You sure?
Yep.
Do you want to keep that momentum going, sir?
Mate, just pass it in if it doesn't need it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got our instructions from our vendor. As you can imagine, massive decision for our owners to make here, and also for you as buyers as well. Massive investment, but it's the right investment to make here in East Melbourne. 500 metres from the MCG, the energy you have on game day on a Friday night when the Tigers are playing Collingwood. Tigers, not Collingwood. The energy, the ambience, the pubs, the restaurants, the schools, the parklands, Treasury Garden, Fitzroy Gardens, everything at your fingertips. It is amazing to be in. Tightly held pocket at $2,114,000. Bids here. We aren't far off from selling the property, ladies and gentlemen. We are not far away. At this point of the auction, highest bidder gets the first right to negotiate. Highest bidder gets the first right. 9 times out of 10, that highest bidder will go on to buy the property. That's what you're here to do. So position yourself. This gentleman has positioned himself to buy today at $2,114,000. That's
Sir, could you tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates and body corp rate are again?
Yeah, good question. So, council rates, $2,000 a year. Owners' call fees are $3,068 a year. What was the other one, sir?
Water rates.
Water rates. Didn't see that one. Yeah, it's really good question. So you know what? One of my colleagues will come and help you with the last one. But council rates are $2,000. OC fees are $3,068. My colleague will come and help you with the other one. You still bidding, sir? Do you want to bid?
I'll give you 5.
5, 19 at $2,119,000 at 19 now. I've got your bid at 19.
2.5.
2.5, 19 now is 20. 19, 20. 19 plus 2.5 is 21.5. At 21.5. 21.5
5
now.
more.
21.5. 6.5. Yep. 22. 6.5. 202.
2,126,500.
126.5. 126.5 now. 126.5 I've got. At 126.5, so can we tempt in front of the bid at 26.5? 126.5. Here we go. First, second, third time at 21.6.5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, great news. We are, after 50 years, we are on the market. We are selling to the highest bidder here today. We've reached reserve price. We are on the market selling at 126,500. At 126,500, your bids.
2.5.
126, 29, 29 now. At 29 I've got. At 29, 129. 2,129 at 129 now. 34. At 34 now. At 34, $2,134,000. At 34 I've got. At 34 your bid, sir. You're in the lead. Highest bidder wins here today. There's no place for second. There is no silver. There's no bronze. Just gold. That's what you're playing for here today. At 34, it's $2,134,000. Once, twice,
One
three
more
times.
than the last.
Well,
One more than the last.
so that's a $6,000 rise at 40. At 40 now, at 40 I've got 140.
I'll double their bid.
40, 52. At 52 now. 152. $2,152,000. $2,152,000. First time, second time, third time. Done, finished, and silent at $2,152,000. You really are. You've had a look through. What do you think? We tempt you for another bid. At $2,152,000. Still great buying, exceptional value, ladies and gentlemen. Exceptional buying here in East Melbourne. It could be another 50 years until this is back on the market. What do you say at $2,152,000? Make it very clear once the contract hits my hand, the property will be sold unconditionally. No late bids will be accepted. Do not ring me afterwards and say, oh, we make an offer. No, you can't. State of Victoria says no. Even if it's a $10 million offer, we can't take it. So $2,152,000. Your bid, sir. How about it? Yes or no? Need an answer. I'll come back. Yes or no, sir? $2,152,000. Your bidding's been very interesting today. I love it. At $2,152,000, if there's no further bid or offer, we do sell away, but I want to make sure we give everyone ample opportunity. First time, second time, third, final time, at $2,152,000, 500 metres to the MCG, the schools, the shops, the public transport, the pubs. Walk to the pub, walk back. No need to drive. The public transport, city fringe. Awesome. At $2,152,000. There's no further bid or offer. We do sell away unconditionally. Are you sure? Thank you for being a great bidder. In or out? Well, here we go. No further bid or offer. We do sell away. I'll count down one more time. Once, twice, three times. Done. Finished and silent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, no matter who buys a property, massive round of applause. It's a big deal buying, it's a big deal selling. So a big, massive round of applause. First, second, third time. Here we go. We're selling. Sold. Congratulations. Welcome to East Melbourne. Well bought. On behalf of our vendors at Heaviside Real Estate, have a wonderful weekend and thank you.
Alrighty, Stephen, well done. Great effort, mate. Good to see you back in the competition. Always a tough kick up here, but you, I guess, performed admirably. Well done again. Folks, after each auctioneer, we tend to take about 5 minutes or so to make sure that our scores are in, that are all accurate. And once we submit our scores, we will invite our next contestant, who should probably be up in the next 5 minutes or so. Thank you.
We will start. Who'd like to get the bidding up? $4,400,000 right here in the room. $4,900,000. 950,000. 4,950,000.
Bidding. We've got scripted bidders already, so please refrain from bidding. And of course, no entering or exiting the room whilst the auctioneer is performing. Are we all ready, judges? All good? Excellent. Elena, we're good there? Nathan? Fantastic. Well, folks, without further ado, let's welcome our second competitor for today, Eleanor Curry from White Fox Real Estate.
Miss Auctioneer,
Yes.
I want to have a quick look at the apartment. Can you confirm what level it's on?
We're on level 2 here. Good luck. Potentially my colleague might be able to take you through, and I hope you have good luck with your bidding here today. They say we're in uncertain times. Rates are changing, headlines are moving, but long before economists had opinions, dads did. Buy something solid. Buy in a great location. Don't overthink it. My name's Eleanor Curry from White Fox. Now here's the deal. On behalf of the owners and the rest of the team, I'd like to welcome you to today's auction and wish you the very best of luck with your competitive bidding here today. The contract of sale describes the property as volume 9848 and folio 266, alongside volume number 9631 and folio 595. Of course, better known to you and I as 9 at 35 Powlett Street, right here in East Melbourne. We sell today with all fixtures and fittings of a permanent nature. I'll be calling for a 10% deposit with the balance due in 30 days, at which time our vendor will be delivering vacant possession to today's purchaser. Today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any other conditions that have been made available to you prior to the start of today's auction. The rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting any late bids or offers on the property once it has been knocked down to our successful bidder. The rules permit vendor bids. The rules I will use to indicate I am making a bid on behalf of the vendor, quite simply vendor bid. Our vendors do have a reserve price. As the auctioneer, I will indicate bids upon request. And of course, the rules prohibit and provide fines for false bids, major disruptions, and bidders preventing other bidders from bidding. I hope we don't see any of that here today. Now, does anyone have any further questions before we get underway? Well, my vendors, Nellie and Jack, bought here 10 years ago. 25, with their first grown-up jobs, they sacrificed that Euro trip towards a house deposit. Jack wanted East Melbourne, Nellie wanted gas cooking, and a balcony for a wine. And like all first home buyers, both of their dads had some very big opinions. Jack's dad stipulated brick, something solid, something that would hold its value. And Nellie's dad said it wasn't about what it looked like, it was about what it was. Scarcity, you cannot manufacture. A location you could not replicate. And everyone breathed a sigh of relief when they found Powlett Street. One of 12, tucked away, yet impossibly connected, the kind of location that gives you the very best of both worlds. And together, they built a routine without even realising, because it felt anything but. Natural northern light has streamed through their bedroom and living spaces. That second bedroom has been a study, a wardrobe, a place for friends and family to stay, and that balcony, a perfect spot to sit and daydream about one day owning a terrace like the one across the street. Saturday lunches on Gertrude Street, a wander down to the MCG to cheer on the pies as the city comes alive, and a walk to work through Fitzroy Gardens, arriving in the CBD before their coffee even has a chance to cool. Now 10 years on, as Nellie and Jack's family grows, the next step feels only natural. This home has over-delivered on everything their dads were wise enough to value. Location, security, and a foothold in one of Melbourne's most tightly held pockets. But it also gave them something more. It gave them a beginning, a place to grow into together. The kind of start you really build a life from. Which is why I suggest you put your best foot forward here today. Secure yourself not only a brand new home, but a brand new lifestyle here in East Melbourne. I'm in your hands, bidders and buyers. Where do I see a start? Seeking an opening bid. I would have thought 1.6, 1.7 would be a fair and reasonable place to start, ladies and gentlemen.
1.81.
1.81, a very strong start. Thank you for your bidding, sir, at 1.81. At 10 the bid, here on the right-hand side, I seek a rise of 50 from here. At 10 on the right-hand side, surely very good buying value at this point.
25.
At 10 here on the right-hand side and 35 now. 35 is against you now, sir, if I could welcome you back in. At 35 the bid, 35 and 25 would be 60 now. At 60 at the back here. At 60 here, I welcome you back in with a 25 as well at 85 now. 85 the bid here on the left-hand side, I welcome you back in. It is against you now, sir. At 1,885,000. Here on the left.
I'll do one better than her, 26.
At 26. At 1,906,000 the bid. 906 now. Sorry.
So I'll do one better than her at 26,000.
Oh, sorry, I was at 85
26,000.
and 85, so 1,911. At 1,911, sorry, sir. At 1,911 here on the left-hand side, I welcome you back in and you, sir, at the back as well. 3-horse race at $1,911,000 and 27. We're going up in ones. At 38 now. At 38 the bid here in the centre.
Add one more, 28.
And 28 on top. So at 38 and 28, that would be $66. At 66 now here on the left-hand side. At 66 here for the first time at 66. Second time at 1,966. Great buying value. They're not building any more in this pocket. Third time at 1,966,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I would have thought a sea of hands at this level. Excellent buying value. Could have been an expensive scratch of the head there, sir. At 1,966,000, I'll call it again. Once, twice, 3 times now. At 1,966,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be placing a vendor bid with no further bidding. I will be placing a vendor bid to $2 million and I'll seek a rise of 20 from here. At $2 million now, $2 million with me. 2030 at 30 now. At 30 the bid here at the back, sir, thank you. Bid is in your hands now. At $2,030,000, I'll call it once more. Once, twice, $2,050,000 and 50 now. At 50 the bid, 50 I have, it's against you and you, sir.
I'll give you one more than her last.
And that would be 71. At 71 now, here at the left, at 71, a bid of 21,000.
I'll give you the same as the last.
At 21 and 92. At 92 now, 92 the bid.
One more
92
than the
here
last.
and one more than the last. 92. $1,092,000 plus 22. Is that right, sir? 92 plus 22. That would be 114. At 2,114,000 here on the left-hand side, I'll call it again. Once now at 2,114, twice now at 14, 3 times now at 2,114,000. Are you all done? Silent? Finished? Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that once, if I am forced to pass the property in, I negotiate exclusively with the highest bidder, a very, very powerful position to be in. If you are here with an interest to buy, I'd recommend being the highest bidder. Only good things can happen for you. The bid is currently here at the back at 2,114,000.
I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Could you tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates and body corporate are again?
I could tell you what they are. I'm not going to be able to tell you the full amount, but I can tell them individually. Body corporate rates are $15.64. That is only for the half year though. The second half of the year is yet to be calculated, but I suggest it would be something similar around the $3,000 mark. Council rates are 2,055 per annum, and your water rates are just north of 660 per annum. There is an outstanding from last year, so the water rates in the contract are a little bit skew with. So we're at 2,114,000, and you give me 5 at 2,119 now. At 2,119 here on the right hand side, I seek a rise from here, ladies and gentlemen.
2.5.
At 2,119 and 21.5. 21.5 here in the centre. 21.5 and 26.5 now. At 26.5 here at the back, great buying value. First call at 2,221.5. 26.5. Second call at 26.5. Third call at 26.5, ladies and gentlemen. If it helps, we're on the market. Here I'm selling today. Keys go home with the new owner. Sold sticker on the board. Photo for Instagram at 2,126.5. We sell here today and 2.5 again. At 29 now. 29 the bid, 29 I have. It's here in the centre. Great buying value. I suggest you come back in another 5, sir. At 29 now and 34. At 34 the bid. At 34 I have. I welcome you back in, sir. I have not forgotten about you. At 34 here on the right hand side. Call it again. Once now.
One more than the last.
One more than the last. At 30 now. At 30 the bid. Sorry. 21. 26 the half. And you're adding 6, sir.
My bid was 2,134,000.
34. God, I've gone backwards there. 34,000 and adding 6 would be 40. At 40, sir. At $2,240,000 here on the left-hand side. 40 or 41?
2,140.
2,140. $2,140,000.
I'll double his bid.
And you'll add 12 at 52. At 52 now, 52 on the right-hand side, at 2,152,000. We do sell here today. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a silver medal. There's only one prize on offer here today. At 2,142,000, we do sell.
My bid's
2,152, sorry. 52 here on the right-hand side. At 2,152,000, I will be selling the property here today at 2,152,000. We do sell. No better bid. Bid is currently here on the right-hand side. Minutes from the MCG. It does not get more blue chip than this. At 2,152,000 we sell. Have I got your best here, ma'am? First call at 2,152. Second call at 2,152. Third call at $2,152,000. Sir, thank you for your participation today. I definitely got your best. And you, ma'am? Bid is currently here at $2,152,000. Make no mistake, once the contract hits my hand, the property will be sold. I cannot and will not accept any late bids or advances on the property. If you are here with an interest to buy and I don't know about you just yet, I would move quickly. Bid is currently here. Are we all done? Silent? Finished? We're selling. We're selling. We're sold. Thank you all for attending another White Fox auction. My name's Eleanor Curry. Have a fantastic afternoon.
All right, well done, Eleanor. We're just going to take a brief moment for the judges to enter their scores. In a few moments' time, we'll welcome our third competitor. See you soon. For those of you that have just entered the room, please make sure that your phone is off or on silent. Please do not enter or exit the room whilst the auctioneer is performing, and of course, please refrain from bidding. We've got scripted bidders, they're in play. Just give them a warm smile if they look your way. Alrighty, Elena, we're all good? Folks, we'd like to welcome competitor number 3 for today's competition, Mr. Paul Zamales from the auction company.
So what does it
Mr.
cost?
Auctioneer,
Madam, how are you? Lovely to see you. How did you know that I was about to talk?
I want to have a quick look at the apartment. Could you confirm which level it's on?
Madam, it's on level 1. So you come up the stairs and it's on level 1 for your apartment unit 8. Are you going to be bidding today? Would you like me to escort you up there after your first bid? Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a beautiful afternoon and all the best for your bidding. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, now that we've established the fact that you are on level 1 and you're about to bid for this magnificent unit, there was a masthead in The Age only a month ago, and it said, what does it cost to live in the city's most livable suburb? KPMG were quoted as releasing a report, and we know how detailed their reports can be, and it actually defined this suburb, East Melbourne, as the most livable suburb in and around the city. They looked at some key aspects though. They looked at access to work, services in the area, commute times, walkability, and affordability. There's absolutely no question that all of those details will be covered today, but on behalf of the team here at REIV, the question of what does it cost, well, we'll find that out this morning. And good luck with your bidding and all the very best. The contract and vendor statement has been made available to you. We trust you have reviewed it. You were bidding on the terms and conditions on display and provided to you prior to the start of today's auction. The subject property, well, it is described in 2 certificates of title. The first one, the first lot being your unit, your apartment that you're about to bid for, which is lot 8 on the certificate of title, volume 09486, folio 266. And the second, accessory unit, which is lot 14. That's your car park. Very valuable piece of information. How often do you get a car park on its own title? Well, they just don't build them like that anymore. And that's described in the title as 09631, folio 595, otherwise known to all of us as flat 8 here at 35 Powlett Street in East Melbourne. A critical feature also is that the block of units are on the corner of George Street, and that's what gives you that beautiful northern aspect over George Street, over those beautiful heritage homes in this beautiful, well-lit suburb and prestigious suburb of East Melbourne. Now, for those bidding, 10% deposit, balance of the purchase price, 30 days from today's date. We do note the apartment will be made available to you subject to vacant possession, and today's auction, well, it will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendor has a reserved price, and as the auctioneer, I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, major disruptions by bidders, and bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for this conduct. The rules do permit vendor bids, and the words I'll use during the auction to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are simply vendor bid, and by law, only I as the auctioneer can make a vendor bid. But madam, given your question, I dare say I may not have to make a vendor bid because your intent to bid is clear, so good luck with your bidding. Now I do reserve the right to reject or accept any bid increment today, and I do that with respect to try to get us to where we want to be, which is the reserve price. So I'll do that as quickly and as efficiently as I can. Bid well, bid courageously, and good luck. For anyone else in the room, are there any other questions? Now's the time to look at your notes and look at your preparation today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the report by KPMG, all it did was settle the thoughts that the residents of East Melbourne had, which is this is the place to live. This is where you want to be. 150 years ago, when they gazetted East Melbourne off the east side of the Melbourne CBD, it was built for walkability. Now, what does that mean? A lot of the other suburbs now that we see, the cost of infrastructure, it's how do you get there by car? How do you drive through it by car? Not here. This was back in the day where cars didn't exist. If you could afford a horse, great, good luck to you. But even then it was, how do you commute by foot? How do you get to everything that you want to by foot? I mean, the MCG didn't exist back then, but if you're an avid footballer, even if you're an avid cricket fan, you just walk around the corner over Wellington Parade and you're straight into the home of sport in this beautiful suburb that we call Melbourne. But back then it was all about open space. In this small area of East Melbourne, you've got Yarra Park, Treasury Gardens, Flagstaff Gardens. You don't need a backyard. You just need an apartment and then you can use everything else. It's all on your doorstep. Just down the road on Wellington Parade, a favourite of mine, a family-run restaurant, Geppetto Trattoria. They've been there for over 30 years. If you like good cuisine, it's a magnificent restaurant, and that strip up and along Wellington Parade is evolving. It is changing. It will service your culinary needs morning and night. Public transport, take your pick. Take your pick. Train, tram, but why use those? Just walk. KPMG said convenience to work. Well, most people that live in East Melbourne have got a business in and around the eastern pocket. They've got work in and around the CBD. You just walk there. No headaches, no stress, nothing to worry about sitting in the car and having to worry about what traffic's going to do. You dictate your time. You dictate your journey. But I know you're about to buy the apartment, and that's an important fact. Getting a car off the street at the moment for security reasons is an important feature. How do you put a value on that? Well, that's entirely up to you. But the home itself, 2 bedrooms, plenty of accommodation in there. North facing, the light that sinks in over George Street. Most of East Melbourne's a heritage overlay, so you're never going to be built out by big towers. But you've got great natural light through your apartment to enjoy what it has to offer as great accommodation. But I promise you this, that it's not what happens inside the apartment, but it's the lifestyle outside of it, which is why you're about to bid today. So on behalf of our vendors and on behalf of the team here at Ray White, good luck, all the very best. Where would you like to start me off? It's entirely up to you now. I'm happy to get it underway. $2 million would be a beautiful start, a nice, strong bid for what is a magnificent apartment right here in East Melbourne. Where do we get it underway? Your opportunity here and now, 35 Powlett Street in East Melbourne. $2 million to get it underway now. Let's get it started, shall we? Where do we go? Your opening bid, your fair and reasonable start now. Starting bid. Pull it back a little bit more if you like. 1 3/4 perhaps.
1.81.
1.81, sir. A little bit closer. There we go. I could feel it out a little bit more. 1.81, sir. Can I read it to 1.9 perhaps?
1.81.
1.81 at 1,810,000 at 810 now. And good luck to you, sir. Well done. Madam, can I invite you in now at 1.9? Madam, 1.9. Don't look at your notes. You look at me and come bid. Come on, let's go. 1.81.
25.
25. At 8:35 we go. At 8:35 now we bid it away. At 8:35 now, sir.
25.
25. And good at 8:60 we are. At 1,860,000 at 8:60 we go.
Yep.
9. 1.9.
Match
At
here.
85. At 85 now we are bid it away at $1,885,000. 885 now. Sir, come on, take me to 1.9 if you will. First time now,
I'll do one better than
1,885.
her.
Sorry, sir.
I'll do one better than her, 26.
You'll do one better than her, sir. $1,885,000 at 885 we are now, and it takes us to 1,911,000, sir. At 911 we go. At 1,911 now, 911,000, 1.911.
All right, I'll give you 27.
27, man. There's a bit of a pattern developing here. 1,938,000 and 938,000.
Add one more, 28.
1,938 at 938,000 and 938 now. We got 1,960. It's 28,000, sir, your bid. 966 then. At 966 we're bid. At 966 we go. At 1,966, madam, go to $2 million now. Sir, how about you? 966, you look astute, you've got glasses on, sir, so just be 20/20 vision, eye on the prize, go to $2 million now. First time now, second time, third time now, 1,966. Madam, it's on the first level, you want pole position, you want to be number one, you've got to bid again. Once, twice, third time, Sir, I'm going to take it on a vendor bid of $2 million now. We're moving along nice and strongly at $2 million. So 2 now we go. At 2, if you will, now.
2030.
2030, sir. It doesn't matter how you say it, it's still 2,030,000, sir. At 2,030,000, at 2,030,000, we bid it away. At 2,030,000, 2 bedrooms, a car off street in the most livable suburb in this city. At 2,030,000, once, twice,
$2,050,000.
and 50,000, madam. 20 more to go at 2,050,000. Well done.
I'll give you one more than her last.
One more than her last. 21, so we go 2,071,000, sir. 2,071,000 it is. At 2,071,000 I bid away. At 71, at 71 now once.
Same as the last.
Same as the last, another 21. Another 21 and we go to 92. At 2,092,000. At 2,092 we go.
One more than her last.
One more than your last, sir. What's all these one mores? You've just got to give me the number. Here we go. 2,092,000 and you want to go another 22 on top, sir. 2,092,000 and 22 on top. Takes us to 2,114,000, 2,114 at 2.114 at 114 we're bid at 114 now once, twice, third, final call now, $2,114,000, anything better, sir, madam, opportunity here and now, $2,114,000, bids here at 2.114. Madam, can I invite you in again? First time we called it away at $2,114,000. Happy to take a 5 or 10 to bring you back in. How about it? Second time now, $2,114,000. Third time now, $2,114,000. Anything better? Done. Finished. Silent here and now. Give me a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Harry, anything further?
Just pass it in, mate, if it doesn't meet my reserve.
Pass it in.
Yep.
Happy to miss the momentum and the emotion that's on the floor, which may even make you $10,000, $20,000 more.
Just pass it in.
Pass it. Instructions are clear. Well done. At $2,114,000 at 114, we're bid there with you, sir. Madam, your opportunity, the first sole and exclusive right is here with the gentleman in the room. Your opportunity, you will miss out. If there's no bidder bid, he has the first right to buy afterwards in the absence of any more bidding.
Sir,
First time.
I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates and body corporate are again.
What they are, sir. Well, the Owners Corporation certificate only had the quarterlies there, but they worked out to about $3,000 a year. Your water rate, $737. So they worked out to about $3,737. And then the council rates were $2,050,000. So call it $5,800, no more than $6,000, sir. But if you're an investor, maybe take into consideration your land tax as well, because that's a pretty big part of Melbourne, okay? And I can't calculate that for you, so hopefully your accountant has.
I'll give you
It's your
5.
opportunity here now. Pardon?
I'll give you 5.
Okay, 119. At 119, we bid it away now. $119,000. $2,119,000 now. Once.
2.5.
2.5. At 119, at 121.5 here in front. At 121.5 now, we bid it away. Pardon?
5 more.
5 more. 121.5 or 126.5. First time now, 126.5. Second time now, at 126.5. Third, final time now, at $2,126,500. Madam in, first time now. Sir, second time now, third, final, your opportunity now, $2,126,500 on the market to sell now. Anything better? Your opportunity here and now. Where do we go? Your opportunity here and now.
2.5.
2.5 at 126.5, we go to 129. At 129 now, we bid it away. 129. First time now with you, madam. Second time now at 129. 134. At 134 now. At $2,134,000. Remember, factor in the saved fuel costs. You don't have to get in a car. You just walk everywhere. It's the best. At $2,134,000. Once, twice.
One more than the last.
One more than the last. At 140. At 140, I bid it away now. At $2,140,000.
Double their bid.
You'll double their bid. At $2,140,000, you go to 12, so you go 152. At 152, I go. At $2,152,000 now. Once, twice, third, final time now. $2,152,000. Madam, one more bid. Surely, sir, done. Finished now. Anything further? Your opportunity here and now. Once, twice, third, final call now, here and now. So anything further? What do you say? Madam?
The bid's with me, $2,152,000.
I know where the numbers, sir. 2,152,000. First call, second call, third, final, selling, sold. Congratulations, well done. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ray White, thank you for attending another great auction. To a successful purchaser, enjoy the fruits of heading down on a beautiful Saturday afternoon during the Christmas period. Enjoy the ashes down at the G. Madam, sir, next time you go, be courageous, bid well, because it's a beautiful suburb. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Alrighty, well done, Paul. Thanks once again, folks. We're just going to take a little bit of time just to submit our scores. Once that is finalised, we'll welcome our fourth competitor. See you soon. during the course of the auction. We're all good there, Yelena? Nathan, we're good?
Yep.
Just a reminder, folks, that the auction is being streamed live on Auctions Live. If you've got colleagues interested in watching, just forward them the link at Auctions Live. They'll be able to watch it from their own personal computer or devices. Well, folks, without further ado, let's welcome our next competitor for today, competitor number 4, Greg Bryden of Polo Auctions Australia.
They say
Mr.
it's free.
Auctioneer.
Oh, hello, welcome in.
I want to have a quick look at the apartment. Can you confirm which level it's on?
Well, you've got the hello first of all, welcome in, good to see you. You've got the car parks on the very ground floor and you're on the first floor there. Does that answer the question for you, ma'am? Again, hopefully you can get an Uber quickly there and back again. Good luck. They say it's free, yet it's priceless. You can't keep it, but you can use it. And once you've lost it, well, you can never get it back. It's time. And for one of you, it's exactly what you will get back today. Buyers, neighbours, auction lovers and onlookers, hello, happy Tuesday and welcome to the auction of 8 at 35 Powlett Street. On behalf of our vendors, we'd just like to say thanks for taking the time out of your day to be here with us. For those that I've not met before, I am simply here to back up the terrific work done by Toby, Jai and the entire team at Ray White CREV. What we're here to offer you, it's a property legally identified as volume 09486, folio 266, and volume 09631, folio 595. But of course, it's better known to all of the neighbours and maybe even your Uber driver simply as number 8. We'll be calling for a 10% deposit upon your signing of the contract, with settlement to take place somewhere around 30 days' time. I make that out to be Thursday, the 14th of May, just in time for the Melbourne and Hawthorn blockbuster at the G. The auction conditions under which we sell today, folks, well, they are extremely simple. If you plan on bidding, you may do so in the room, of course, online, through our great friends at Auctions Live, and hello to you joining us across Australasia, or of course, via a proxy representative, as long as you've recorded yourself in the bidding register. If you are our highest bidder, well, only good things will be in store for you. If we have met or exceeded our vendor's confidential reserve price, we're going to be our purchaser. However, if we do pause or fall short of that price, I may just pause the auction and work with you to get us to that acceptable level. During the course of the auction, I may refuse a bid, or I may ask you to change up your suggestion if I don't think it's moving the auction in the right direction. Of course, I can place bids on behalf of our owners by using the words vendor bid. And folks, I can't and I won't accept any late bids or offers on the property once it has been knocked down to our successful bidder. If that is you, well, great news, your obligations are twofold. Pay that 10% deposit, sign that clean cash and unconditional contract. Should either party choose not to, well, I'll simply do so on their behalf. Buyers, now we are paused. It'd be an appropriate time to table any questions, any queries regarding the property or the paperwork. Not the bell, sir. Any final matters? Well, buyers, let me take you somewhere slightly different for a moment. Because today's auction isn't about just an apartment. It's about time. Not the type that you'll find on a clock or even in a herb garden, but the one that we're all constantly chasing, spending, and trading. This is a home that comes to life in the gaps between your commitments. The moments that most people are too far away, too busy, or too preoccupied to enjoy. And that, well, that's the moment, that's the magic of Powlett Street. It's that last minute group message that sees you running across to the MCG before the first bounce, or it's that quiet cup of coffee on your balcony, or your colleagues are already in the peak hour rush. Set within a boutique block of just a dozen, there's a subtle air of exclusivity here. It's not loud, it's not showy, it's just known by those who live here. The 2 bedrooms, well, they offer functionality and flexibility. The kitchen, it's practical, well laid out, and by the looks of it, probably wonders why it hasn't been used more often. See, most properties, well, they sell you on specs, space and square metres. But today you're being offered something far more valuable. The opportunity to buy back your time. You're close enough to everything that life, it just feels spontaneous again. This is a home that doesn't ask for your time. It's one that gives you your time back. And whether you choose to live in it, escape to it, or even lease it out, well, you're not just buying bricks and mortar. You're buying back your freedom, access, and the ability for you to say yes to your friends more often. Because in a city like Melbourne, in our city, well, the real luxury isn't space. It's the proximity to absolutely everything that makes your life worth living. Buyers, I pose the question to you, what is your time worth? Who wants to buy their time back? Opening bids, opening offers. Who wants to own it? Ready? I'll start that one again. Well, a very warm welcome, buyers. You've all had 4 or 3 other contestants.
1.81.
1.81. Welcome in, sir. Good luck. Hold tight. Could I nudge you something closer to 2 million to start us off?
1.81.
1.81. You seem insistent. Good luck, sir. At $1,810,000. On my right-hand side, hope to see you at the end. At $1,810,000. Who goes north? Maybe in $90,000 lots. We square the ledger. 25. Man, a little bit cheap and cheerful. I was asking for 90. Would you meet me at 1,850 even?
25.
Okay, 1,835 with you. At 1,835,000. Sir, do we fight fire with fire? But at 25 and 60 now. At 1,860. Do we go again, man? But at 1,885 now. At 1,885 down the front, sir, same opportunity. At 1,885, do we make it 1,910? But at 1,885 down the front now.
I'll do one better than her, 26.
26. Okay, 1,885, you're going to make it 1,911. $1,911,000. He presses the boost button in the Porsche.
I'll give you 27.
27, so 38. At 1,9 and 38 now.
Add one more.
At 1,9 and 38, sir. So you're going to make it 66. At 1,9 and 66, it's your route home. At 1,966,000. At 1,966, who goes again? But at 1,966 on the left-hand side, who's got 39 to play? But at 1,966 on the left, first call at 1,966 only. Second opportunity at 1,966. I haven't forgotten about you. Glad to see you got back in time. Third, final at 1,966. Anything better? Happy to go to $2 million as that next manoeuvre. Happy to shorten the stride just a little bit. But at 1,966,000, sir, is there anything left in the tank over here? But at 1,966, happy to go to $2 million on our vendor's behalf at 1,966. Now, once, twice, third, final, all done. Well, guys, I'll square the ledger. I'll put up my own 34 as a public counter offer. At $2 million, we square that ledger now. At $2 million even, man.
2030.
2030. Okay, you're going to put up $30,000. Welcome in, sir. At 2030. Just better eyesight than me, sir. At $2,030,000 on the right-hand side. You're better than 2020. At $2,030,000 now. Do we make it $2,050,000 or something stronger? But at 2030, we'll continue the pattern here. Once at
2,050,000.
2,050,000. At 2,050,000. Seems
I'll
like my
give you one
premonitions are better.
more than her last.
One more than her last, so you're going to make it 71. At 2,071,000, blackjack, sir. At 2,071,000 on the left-hand side. At 2,071.
I'll give you the same as the last.
The same as the last, so you're going to make it 92. At 2,092,000, she puts up 21. At 2,092,000.
One more than the last.
So 2,114,000. At 2,114,000, she's put up 22. At 2,114,000 on the left-hand side. At 2,114,000, we bid it away now once. At 2,114,000, man. Anything left in the tank? 23 to go. At 2,114,000 now twice. Third, final at 2,114,000, ma'am. Anything left? Sir, happy to take even a handful if it gets you back in front. At 2,114,000, or do we make it 2,120,000? It'd be like Christmas Day. At 2,114,000 on the left now. Once, twice. Third, final. Very happy to pass the home in on the left-hand side. If we see no better bid, we're just going to press that pause button, as I mentioned earlier, and work with you, our highest bidder, and our owners to see if we can get you to that acceptable level. At 2,114,000.
Mr. Auctioneer, I have a question.
Yes.
Could you tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates and body corporate are again?
Okay, total rates, $2,050.39 per annum. There's also a rebate for this owner, which is $43.94. You may or may not get that. Can't talk on that. Land tax, did you say? No, we just wanted council rates. Water rates?
Water rates and body corporate.
Water rate's $1,189.63, and owner's corporation is 1,534 per annum, but there's a little bit of ambiguity around that. It's paid quarterly against, you'd be doing the homework based off that contract you've got. Does that answer the question? Okay, 2,114,000, it's with
I'll
you.
give you 5.
You'll give me 5 at 2.5. Good bid, sir. No, 219, just had to check. $2,119,000 at 2,119 on the right hand side. 2.5 at 21 and 5. At 2,121 and a half.
5 more.
2,126 and 5. At 126 and 5, ma'am, do we go there again? But at 2,126 and a half on the right hand side. Once at 2,126 and a half. Twice at 2,126 and a half. Third final, ma'am, anything left? Would it change your mind to know that he is buying it at this stage? At 2,126 and a half, it's on the market. We sell. At 2,126,500, sir, how? 2.5 and 29. At 2,129, sir, 34. Do we make it now? At 2,1, yep, 2,1 and 34, just a handful. At 2,1 and 34 now. 2,136 and a half, ma'am. At 2,1 and 34 on the right hand side. We'll bid it away once. At 2,134.
One more than the last.
Okay, so you're going to put up 6 and make it 40. At 2,1 and 40, you're buying back your time. At 2,140, you'll double that bid. At 52, at 2,1 and 52, he's put up the dozen. At 2,152, ma'am, same opportunity here. At $2,152,000. Sir, can we invite you back aboard? A half dozen gets it in front. At 2,1 and 52. On the right hand side, you'll be enjoying a 6-pack here as well. First call at 2,1 and 52. Second call at 2,152 now. Third, final at 2,152,000. Matt, anything left? Even 1,000 gets you back aboard. At 2,152,000, your time has arrived, and so have you. At 2,152, sir. At 2,152,000, it goes once, twice, third, and final, all done at 2,152. We are selling. Definitely out. We are selling. We are sold. Congratulations and welcome home. In the words of the great J.R.R. Tolkien, there is only one thing that we can do as humans, and that is choose what we do with our time. Sir, you've made a choice that will change yours forever. My name is Greg Bryden. Have a great afternoon.
Well done, Greg. Congratulations. We are going to let the judges do their thing for a few moments before we welcome our 5th competitor. Bear with us. We'll be with you shortly. Thank you. whom will be competing tomorrow. They will be inspecting the property tomorrow morning, unlike today's event where they've had a week to prepare for the competition, where they received the information last week. They will receive it tomorrow morning. They probably have about 3 hours to prepare before they start performing. So it's very much on the go, go, go. 4 of them will compete for the coveted title. Just a reminder that the winner and runner-up won't be announced tomorrow. They'll be announced at the REIV Awards Night, which will be held later this year. I'll confirm with Elena once again the exact dates, but the winner and runner-up won't be formalised until that day. All good, Elena? Fantastic. Well, folks, let's welcome our last competitor before our first break, Mr. Joe Horton from Nelson Alexander.
It might
Mr.
sound...
Auctioneer,
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'd
You
like
seem
to have
eager.
a quick look at the apartment.
Yes.
Could you confirm which level it's on?
Level 1. Thank you, good luck. I'm going to come to see you for a bit. It might sound cliche, but not from a lack of trying. They say you never forget your first. Your first kiss, your first love, your first home, and your first auction competition. Welcome to the neighbours, to the friends and family, but most importantly, welcome to the buyers here today, both here and through Auctions Live. Welcome to the auction sale of the property more formally known as volume numbers 09486 and 09631 and folios 266 and 595, being the apartment itself and the car park, better known to you and I as 8 at 35 Powlett Street, right here in the heart of East Melbourne. We sell the land together here today with the following improvements, quite simply all fixtures and fittings as inspected. The price, we're going to determine that shortly by your competitive bidding. The deposit we do require is strictly 10% upon the fall of the hammer, with a payment of the balance or residue in 30 days. On that date, you will receive vacant possession of the property, namely upon acceptance of title and payment of that full purchase price. Now, before the first bounce, we're running under the following auction conditions. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer, I'll simply indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids. It prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and does provide fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids, and the words I will use during the auction to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law, only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. Calling off periods, but that don't apply to today's auction, and if we do hit our reserve price, I will announce to you, the bidding public, that we are selling, or words to that effect. But in the event we fall short of that reserve price, you need to be that highest bidder, because you will have the first and exclusive right to treat with the vendor at the reserve price. Is everyone comfortable so far? I'll take your silence as having conducted your due diligence and bidding under the terms and conditions of the contract, prior to your question at the start, of course. When you first lay eyes at 8 at 35 Powlett Street, the tree-lined street, it draws you in. You feel a sense of calm. You can feel the breeze from the Fitzroy Gardens and know that they're only a stone's throw away. Positioned on the first floor, we call it the Goldilocks of apartment living. It's not too high, it's not too low, it's just right. North facing and light filled, the oversized living area opens to a quiet private balcony. It's your own peaceful retreat. Accommodation, well, it's well considered with 2 generous sized bedrooms, that central bathroom with the integrated laundry facilities. The kitchen has gas appliances and plenty of room for a coffee machine that you're not going to need, because your new local is the George Street Cafe. And they sum it up perfectly with a sign in their window. Rise and shine, it's coffee time. A highly flexible investment opportunity offering multiple streams of income. Lease the apartment out, and then when the MCG comes calling, auction off your car park to one lucky punter. And speaking of the MCG, you're close enough to hear the first bounce, unless you're a Blues supporter. You might want to close your windows, draw back your blinds, and open a bottle of red. And I can recommend the East Melbourne Cellars for that. Melbourne's vibrant lifestyle is no longer a destination, it's your neighbour. From First Light, Jollymont Station, and Wellington Street trams, well, they put the entire city at your doorstep. As the sun sets, the energy rises, restaurants, sport and nightlife, all within reach, where you quietly remain only minutes from it all. This is a property that becomes the first stop for your friends, your family, and tenants alike, those chasing the best of inner city living. So who will step up now and be the first to make this property theirs with an opening bid or offer? Where can we see a start? Opening bid now. I'd think a start, ladies and gentlemen, it's somewhere around the $1.8 million mark is more than fair and more than reasonable, but that's for you to decide now. Do we have an opening bid or offer at 1.8 million?
1.81.
Even better, sir. I like your style. Welcome and good luck. Centimetre perfect that was, sir. At 1.81 on bid now, and I'll take a rise of 50 from there. At $1,810,000 offered here now. First call at 1.81.
25?
25, yes, so 835, welcome, good luck to you. At 835 at 1.835 with you in the front.
25.
25 at 1.835 and 1.87 with you, sir. At 1.86, my mistake. No, I had 1.86, wasn't it? Confirm you? Yes. At 1.86 back with you and that $25,000 rise. At $1,860,000 bid with you now. Will you come with me for another 25? 1.885. Thank you and good luck. At 1,885,000, sir. 25 again, shall I say? At 1,885,000 bid with you at the front. First timer calling at 1885.
I'll do one better than her, 26.
26. So 1,901, sir. 1,911. At 1,911, 911 now. At 911 on bid. At 911 the bid with you now, sir. At 911.
27.
27 at 911 and you're 7, 838 at 1938. Bell, welcome back to you there.
Add one more, 28.
28. So at 19, just confirming your bid at 1930. Give me 1 second. 1938 is your bid. You're going to give me 29, sir. 28. At 1938 is the bid. At 1938, 58, 60. Where am I going with this already? 1938 is your bid. I want to reconfirm that. You're giving me 28, sir. Is that correct?
Correct.
38, 46, 50, 66. 1966. Welcome back to you, sir. At 1966 now. At 1,966 on bid. At 1966. Once in the call at 1966. Twice now at 1966. Third time of calling. Are we finished? Silent and done? At 1966. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of the auction, I'm going to move things along and write us up to an even $2 million. So I'm going to make a $34,000 bid with me now at $2 million. At $2 million with me,
2030.
2030, not the year, just the bid. At 2030, welcome back, sir. At 2030 now, with that $30,000 increase. At 30 on bid. At 2030 now. At 2030 on bid. Once in the call at 2030. Twice now at 2,030,000 with you. 2,050,000. Was that 50 on top? I didn't hear you say it.
2,050,000.
Welcome back with the $20,000 increase at 2,050,000. Thank you. At 2,050,000, you know what it's going to be like to live here. At
I'll give you one more than her last.
So one more than her last. So 2,050,000. So 21 and 71 with you. At 2,071,000, welcome back, sir. At 2,071,000 once
I'll
now.
give you the same as the last.
So 21 again. 2,071,000. Is it your last bid or his last bid? I've got to be careful on this one. His last bid at 21. So 2,071,000 is the bid. 2,092,000. At 2,092,000 with you. At 2,092,000 now. Good bidding there. At 2,092,000. One more than the last one, I say?
One more than the last.
Well, that's what I thought. So you're going to come up to a 22, sir. Is that a $22,000 bid? At 2,092,000 with you. Is your bid 2,072,000? 72? 92. 92. And 22,000, 94, 94 and 14. At $2,114,000 with you, sir. At $2,114,000, you are now holding the bid. Hopefully not a Carlton supporter, sir. At $2,114,000 with you now. Once in the call at $2,114,000. Twice now at $2,114,000. Third time of calling our bid is here. We finished. Silent and done at $2,014,000. 114. My vendor would kill me. MCG just around the corner. You look fit. Amy Park.
walks along Fitzroy Gardens, worth another bid. You're going to come back in at 2,114,000. The bid's against you. Would you go to 2,120,000? It's a Mexican standoff. I can stare as long as you can. What do you say? At 2,114,000. The bid's there. Sir, I haven't forgotten you to the back. You can sneak up like a librarian if you want. At 2,114,000. Our bid is here. Once now at 2,114,000. Twice, third time I'm calling. Ladies and gentlemen, in the absence of no further bidding, the highest bidder will have that first and exclusive right to treat with the vendor at the reserve price. Are you sure you're done, finished and silent?
I've got a question.
Hello, welcome back.
Could you tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates and body corporate are again?
Council rates, water rates and owners corporation.
Correct.
You're not asking for much, sir. So council rates are $2,050 a year and 39 cents. Just checking if you write it down, thank you. Owners corporation fees are $3,068 per annum, and your water rates are $737.06 per annum. So 2,114,000, you're still holding the bid. Sir, is that worth another bid to you? Because I just gave you a lot of numbers, can you give me some back? Welcome back, 2,119,000. Thank you, sir, at 2,119,000. Sir, don't let him have it this time now. Get back in front.
2.5.
2.5 at 2,121,500 with you. At 2,121,500.
5 more.
At 2,126,500. Thank you, sir. 2,126,500. At 2,126,500. Bid with you to the rear on the wing. 2,126,500. First call at 2,126,500. Second call now at 2,126,500. Third time of calling. Are we done, finished, and silent? At 2,126,500. Well, ladies and gentlemen, would it make any difference to announce to you we're on the market and selling? No better bid, sir. You're going to buy at 2,126,500.
2.5.
2.5. So you were going to do that. 2,129. 2,129 back with you. 2,129. 2.5. 5. 2,134. Thank you, sir. 2,134. At 2,134. Haven't forgotten you there either, sir. At 2,134. We're getting acquainted. You might buy these plates. At 2,134 and. Mexican standoff again, no problem. At 2,134, once now, twice.
One more than the last.
2,134, so you're going to give me 6, 2,140. Thank you, sir. 2,140 to you.
I'll double their bid.
At 2,140 and 2,150. At 2,150, thank you, sir. No, you gave me 5, 6, 12. 2,152. At 2,152, back to you. At 2,152,000, thank you for your bid, sir. At 2,152, once now, twice. Third time of calling, the bid is with you. You almost started. You sure you're not going to get back involved? Wow, okay, no problem. At 2,152 to the rear. Sir, what about yourself? You started out in front and ended up losing. You sure? You don't want to do that? No, sir, no. At 2,152 is the bid. First time of calling, second call now, third time of calling, making sure, will not take any late bids, ladies and gentlemen. Once this contract hits my hand, we will be sold. One last chance. I know you're happy about it, but you're going to be crying about it if you don't buy it. You sure you're done? Would you go another 10? 5, 2.5. Don't let me lock it down and then you buy it. Then you try to bid. Will not take any bids once I've knocked this contract down. At 2,152, it's your last chance to get involved. Are you sure you're done? We're on the market and selling, so what about yourself? You're definitely done. Thank you for your bidding. Once, will not take any late bids. Twice, at 2,152, we're going. Third time of calling. You sure you're done? Selling, selling, sold! Congratulations, Obama! Congratulations to our successful bidder. Thank you to our other bidders. And thank you for attending another Nelson Alexander auction. You may not have been first today, but this surely won't be your last. Thank you. Joey.
Well done, Joe. Fantastic effort, mate. Well, that's the last competitor before the break. We're just going to submit our scores. The break will take place now, and we will reconvene and recommence proceedings at approximately 11:50, give or take. Where our next competitor that was scheduled unfortunately didn't arrive, so it was late withdrawal. So it's scheduled to be starting a little bit later, approximately 11:50, correct? Fantastic, folks. Well, enjoy a little break. We'll see you here soon.
We will start. Who'd like to get the bidding up? $4,400,000 right here in the room. $4,900,000. 4,950,000. 4,950 is the bid at 4,000,000. I'm selling.
Auctions live bid.
5.7 to 5. 705. You're in the room. 5,705,000. 5,850,000. This time too. Okay, I'm not even going to look at you again. 5,850,000.
Auctions live bid.
5,650,000.
Auctions live bid.
5,000 again back here in the room. 5,655 it is. 5.6.
Auctions live bid.
5,850. First, second, third and final. Quick finish. Done.
To explore more auction solutions or book a demo, visit auctionslive.com.
For those of you that have just entered the room, please turn your phones off or on silent. Please, no bidding to take place. We do have scripted bidders, and of course, no entering or exiting the room to make sure we minimise distractions for our competitor. Judges, are we ready? All good? Excellent, folks. Without further ado, let's get things rolling again. Let's please welcome our next competitor, Mr. Michael Wood from the agency.
I want you to
Mr.
imagine.
Auctioneer,
Yes.
I want to have a quick look at the apartment.
Yes.
Could you confirm what level it's on?
Yes, that is a good question. We would be on level 8. Yep. I want you to imagine, just for a moment, that you're holding one of the finest glasses of wine you've ever tasted. It's deep in colour, complex on the nose, a long, long finish. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we have on offer for you here today. 8 at 35 Powlett Street in East Melbourne. Vintage 1970, and I can assure you, she's been aging beautifully ever since. Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly a big welcome indeed. Of course, a very big thank you to each and every one of you here today for your attendance, your attention. No doubt, Brendan Walker from the agency has made the documentation available to you every step of the way over the past few weeks of our marketing campaign. He would have made it very accessible, and it's a documentation that I'd love to take you now. It simply states vendor sells and purchaser buys all that piece of land, more particularly described in our attached certificate of title. Now, volume number, there's 2 of those here today, 09486 and 09631. Folios accompanying that is 266 and 595. Known much better to you, friends and family, as 8 at 35 Powlett Street here in East Melbourne. Now, settlement terms marked out for 30 days from today's date, and 1/10 of the purchase price will be due and payable, of course, this afternoon, if you are the lucky bidder indeed. Now, before we open the bottle, a few house rules, and they are simple and are as follows. At today's auction, we conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions that have been made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The vendors do have a reserve price. As your auctioneer, I'll simply indicate bidders upon request. Now, the law does stop any false bidding, any major disruptions by bidders. Bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and it does provide fines for such conduct. Now, if I make a bid on behalf of the vendor, in breaking news, the words I will use are vendor bid, and of course, by law, only I, as your auctioneer, may make a vendor bid. Now, I'm very comfortable. Just want to make sure you're in the same boat, folks. Call for any further questions before we get underway. Any questions at all? Pretty straightforward. Well, the 1970s, a remarkable time, and not just for Bordeaux. This was an era when builders, like winemakers, they understood that quality takes time. That you don't rush the process. The materials you use from day one, well, that really underpins what you're living in and what you're drinking some 56 years later. Step inside this classic brown brick construction in a blue teak block of just 12. A limited release, you could say. 2 generous bedrooms, and I use that word generous deliberately because this is not pinched, it's not cramped, it's not the style of apartment that developers are serving up today. Powlett has body, she's got structure and depth, room to breathe, you could say. The kind of proportions that modern construction simply cannot replicate. Not because we lack the skill, but because we lack the will. Every square metre of this apartment was built with intention, and I swear as soon as you walk in, you can taste it. The terroir, simply extraordinary. East Melbourne, arguably one of Victoria's finest addresses. The MCG, only 3 kicks from your doorstep. Rod Laver Arena, simply a forehand down the line. And when the evening calls for something exceptional, it's a short walk through Fitzroy Gardens. Is it Gimlet? Might be Tipo 00. Could be Destasio. For something even more fancy, it could be Rain and LaRue. A cellar of Melbourne's finest restaurants, all just a short walk. It's not just a location. This, in East Melbourne, is an appellation. And who is it for? Is it for the astute investor who knows that, like fine wine, East Melbourne only appreciates over time? Is it the country buyer seeking a city base, or is it simply just that young professional couple looking to open something truly special for the next chapter of their lives? Properties like Powlett, they don't often appear, ladies and gentlemen. And the people that hesitate, who think maybe I'll wait, maybe I'll push on for something a little bit better, well, they're often the same buyers who are drinking house wine in 10 years' time. So folks, the vintage is open. It's time to taste. Who pours the first glass of the day and gets us underway with an opening bidder offer? Folks, in your hands, you call out the number. Got a bid to buy it, got to get in front, put your authority on the auction right from the outset. You call out the number, folks, I can suggest a figure. It's a lot more enjoyable when it comes from you. Can I see a start? Perhaps $1.8 million.
1.81.
I was going to say 1.8, so just marginally a fraction ahead of that. Love the style, and good luck with your bidding here today. 1,810,000, leading from the front and in front at this stage at 1,810,000. Who'd like to nudge me up and say maybe 1.9 at this stage, but at 1.81 bid is here. We call it away 3-time buyers.
25.
25 straight in front now. Good bid there, back in front at 1.8 and 3.5. 1.835 bid is here now at 1.835 bid. 25 back there. 1.887. 187, sorry, 186 rather. At 186 now, bid is here now with my starter at 186, another 25, can I say that? At 85 straight back. At 1885 the number. 1,885 in front here at 1885. Sir, coming back then at 1,885. We call it 3 times. Once then
I'll
at
do one better than her, 26.
26, sir, at 1885. So it takes me to 1885, 1906. 1906 the bid. 1885, 20. 1916, 1911.
You're correct.
1911. 1911 bid is here now at 1,911,000. Back in front at 1.911. Bid is here, $26,000.
All right, I'll give 27.
27. Just working, chipping away in the 26s and the 27s. So 1,911,000. 20 takes me through to 1931 to 7, 1938. Bid is here now at 1,938,000.
Add one more, 28.
28, sir. 1938. That'd be 1966. 1966. Bid is here now at 1966. Now, can I suggest 2 million? At 1966. Bid is here now at 1966. The bid coming back. Call it 3 times. Then at 1,966. First call at 1966. Twice then at 1,966. Third time at 1966. Coming back. 1966. Bid is here at 1966. We're going to start, sir. Would you bid me 2 million to get involved? Well, jolly good. I'll place a vendor bid then of $2 million. Keep things moving along just a little bit closer to my vendor's expectations then. At $2 million vendor bid with me.
2030.
2030, love it. At 2,030,000. 2,030,000 bid is here now at 2,030,000. At 2,030,000 the bid is here at 2,030,000. Coming back at 2,050,000 do we say, but at 2,030,000 we call it away. At 2,030,000. First time at 2,030,000. Twice.
2,050,000.
2,050,000. Back in front with my question asker at 2,050,000.
I'll give you one more than her last.
Okay, so that's 71 at 2,071,000 the bid. At 2,071,000. $21,000 rise at 2,071,000.
I'll give you the same as the last.
So 21 again, so 2,092. At 2,092 the bid. Bid is here now at 2,092.
One more than the last.
So that's a $22,000 rise. So 2,092. Takes me through to 2,114,000, would that be? At 2,114,000. At 2,114 the bid. $2,114,000 bid is here. 3 players in it principally at 2,114,000. We call it 3 times. At 2,114,000, once at 2,114. Twice then at 2,114,000. Third time at 2,114 for a great slice of East Melbourne at $2,114,000. We call away third, final call, no bidder offer at 2,114,000. Well, folks, to make it really clear, we can't quite declare the property on the market yet, but we do deal with the highest bidder at 2,114,000. If you'd like to get involved, you'd like to play, now's your time. First right to negotiate, incredibly important. At $2,114,000.
Question.
Yes.
Could you tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates, and body corporate are again?
So your owner's corporation around 3,068. The rates are about $1,734 per year. And the water, I think I had it marked out around $1,000 per year. So and all those up should be able to answer your question. But at 2,114,000, sir, This gentleman holds the bid.
5.
2,119,000. 2,119 the bid at 2,119,000. Coming back, sir, would you like to play at 2,100,000? 2.5, so 2,119,000, so that's 21.5. 21.5 the bid.
5 more.
So 2,121.5, that takes me to the 2,126,500. 2,126 and 500. Bid is here now at 2,126 and 5. We call it 3 times. At $2,126,500. Once, twice, third, final call at 2,126 and 5. Well, folks, sometimes just if I say those beautiful words, it's on the market, it gets people involved, it gets people going. We are on the market, we are selling here today the highest bidder. So at 2,126 and 5, we call it 3 times. Make sure you give it at 2.5, so 2,126 and 5, 2,129, 2,129 the bid. Bid is here now at 2,129, 2,129,000. Bid is here at 2,129. 5. Good bid, 2,134 at 2,134. 3 players still in it principally, but he's over here at 2,134. Man, coming back. Would you like to get back in front at 2,134? 2,134, we call it 3 times at 2,134. First call.
One more than the last.
So that's 6, so 2,140. 2,140 the bid at 2,140,000.
I'll double their bid.
So that's a $12,000 bid. It's a good bid, I must say. So that's 52 at 2,152. 2,152 the bid now at 2,152,000. Bid is here at 2,152. Buyers, we call it 3 times. We do sell to the highest bidder at 2,152. First call at 2,152, 2,152 rather. Twice then at a bid now, 2,152. Third final call at 2,152. Bid is over here. All done, man. Coming back. Are you sure? At 2,152, over here, sir, at 2,152. At 2,152, we sell to the highest bidder at 2,152. Just confirming that's your bid, sir, at 2,152? No, bidder's over here, at 2,152. So is it your bid, sir? Yes, your bid at 2,152. Just confirming that. You hold the bid? Yes, at 2,152. Bid is here now at 2,152. We call it 3 times. Once, twice, third time, definitely out. Coming back at 2,152, bid is here. We sell, we are sold. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, always a pleasure to auction property here in East Melbourne. Congratulations to our purchaser, our underbidders, commiserations. Thank you very much for attending another successful agency auction. Have a great weekend, safe trip home. Thank you.
All right, great work, Michael. Excellent. We'll just let the judges do what they do, submit their scores. Please give them a few moments before we'll call out our next competitor. Thanks. Once again, folks, just a reminder that please have your phones on silent or switched off. No bidding during the course of the auction, and of course no exiting or re-entering the room. Fine performances so far, 6 down, 2 more to go. We're 3/4 of the way through. Yelena, we're all good there? Judges, we're all good? Excellent. Well, folks, let's move right along. Let's please welcome the next competitor of today's competition, Mr. Kenneth Kong from Ray White Burwood.
Well, ladies,
Mr. Auctioneer,
yes,
I want to have a quick look at the apartment. Could you confirm what level it's on?
Sure, it's actually on level 3, unit 8. You want to walk through?
Yep.
Alright, awesome. Can you please help? Awesome. Well, if you are looking for a home that best resembles a mullet, well, look no further. At the front line, it works harder and harder as you do at work. But when you decide to take a back seat, well, it unwinds even better. Well, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. By way of introduction, my name is Kenneth Kong, and on behalf of the team at Ray White, I welcome you all as participants to the much anticipated auction of Unit 8 of 35 Pallet Street here in East Melbourne. Before we flow into reading, there are some rules and conditions of the auction, and it is as follows. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions that are made available for inspection before the start of today's proceedings. The auction rules prohibits an auctioneer from accepting any late bids or offers once the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. Now the vendors, they have a reserve price, and as the auctioneer, I will indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders from attempting to prevent others from bidding, and thus provide fines for such conduct. The auction rules also permits vendor bid. And the words I will use to clearly indicate that I will be bidding on behalf of the vendor would be vendor bid, and by law, only I as the auctioneer can place a vendor bid. The property we are selling today is identified on Certificate of Title Reference Volume 09486, Folio 266, Lot 8, and Volume 09631, Folio 595 on Lot 14 on Plan of Subdivision 018188 with all fixtures of permanent nature to be commonly known to you and I as 8 of 35 Pallet Street here in the heart of East Melbourne. To the successful buyers today, your task is simple and clear, which is 2 things. Number 1, to sign the contract acknowledging the terms, condition, and the price that is very soon to be determined. And number 2, to pay a humble 10% deposit and remaining balance at settlement, which is 30 days from today. However, if there's any prior variation that were agreed upon between yourself and the team at Ray White, it will proceed as per usual. Now, by bidding here today, you are deemed to have read and understood all relevant documentations, and I'll take your silence as you're ready to rock and roll. Very nice. See the silence? Tranquility is what I call it. Whether it may be for an investment or even for a place for you to call a long-term home, this is definitely the one for you. In the business front, the home has an average of 4.5% rental yield. Not only that, since it was built 48 years ago, every year from then, despite market condition, it has a steady 8% growth till today. That means if you buy it here today, suspect your wallet to get bigger and bigger and bigger as time goes on. Having 2-bed, 1 bath and 1 car garage, and only 12 boutique apartments in this particular complex. If you're looking for a place to call home or a nest to really stay for a long, long time, this is the place to be. Some people ask me why, but I tell you what, it could be the 2 bedrooms that are overly sized, tucked away from the living area and conveniently connected by their bathroom for easy access, or it could be that northerly facing that allows for unlimited natural lighting coming through the property as long as the sun is still up. Or maybe it could be the renovated kitchen that even satisfies the fussiest of chefs. The location is second to none, located only 5 kilometers away from the Melbourne CBD, literally a stone throw away from Melbourne Girls and Melbourne Grammar, and of course 5 minutes walking distance away from Parliament train station. This place is not a can-have, but definitely it's a must-have. If I was to call this home, it's called quiet luxury. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave the ball in your court. Can I see a fair and reasonable start opening bids and offers in your hands? Tough crowd today. I understand. Just like when I was in uni, writing that essay is definitely difficult, but once I put in the first word, it gets easier and easier.
1.81.
I told you so. 1.81, is it? A bit far away, but it's okay. 1,081,000, is that correct?
1.81.
1.81. 1,810,000. Good bid, sir. At 1,810, the current bid. Looking at $50,000 rises from here on out at 810 over the million now. What's the call at 1,810? Another 25 at 35. There we go. Good bidding there, madam. Sir, it's against you at 1,835. Another 25 on top at 860 the bid. At 1,860 now, madam, what's your reply? At 1,860, another 25 at 85. At 885. At 885 over the million now, sir, it's against you. At 1,885,000. Once, twice, third. Show me done.
I'll do one better than her, 26.
Why do you have to do that, sir? But understand your strategy. At 85, at 26 on top, at 1.901. And then at 26 at $1,911,000. Thank you for your confirmation there, sir. At 1,911, the current bid. Madam is against you and sir against you as well. At 911 over the million now.
27.
911 and 27. Is that your lucky number, madam? Or just wanting to one up him? At 27. At 38. At 38, at 1,938,000. Good bidding there, man.
Add one more, 28.
28, why do you have to do this to me, sir? 1,000 more, 28,000 on top.
28,000.
At 28, another 28 on top, which takes us to 56. At 1,966. Good bidding there, sir. At 1,966. Madam, at 1,966 now, it's against you. You're here to buy the property, I'm only here to assist. Sir, I haven't forgotten about you as well. At 1,966,000 tucked away on the left-hand side. What's the call? At 1,966. Twice at 1,966,000. Third and final time. At 1,966. Sure, done, finish. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a better guide on where we need to be, I placed a bid at 1.98 million, just to give you a better indication of where we need to be. 1,980,000 with me now.
2030.
2030, very fine to the future there, sir. Love your style at 2,030,000 there. At 2,030,000, sir, it's against you, and madam against you down front center as well. At $2,030,000 now. What's the call? At 2,030,000. If you're here to buy, you have to bid aggressively. Twice at
2,050,000.
At 50. Love your style, madam. Another 20,000 on top at 2,050,000.
I'll give you one more than her last.
Sir, I understand your strategy, but I think it's working for you though. At 21 on top at 71 at 2,071,000. Sir, down the back, it's against you as well. At 2,071, madam.
I'll give you the same as the last.
71, your last or his last?
His last.
At 92, at 92,000. At 2,092,000 against you now, sir.
One
at 2,092, at 2,092, at 33, at 2,001,033. Goodness me. 2,091,092. 92, another 22 on top. At 2,092, 22 on top, which is 24. At 2,124.
My bid is 2,114.
Thank you. At 2,114,000. At 2,114 against you now, madam. At 2,114, the current bid. What's the call? At 2,114. Twice at 114 over the 2 million. Third and final time at 2,114. Sure, done. Nothing at all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, the highest bidder in today's auction will get exclusive rights to negotiate with the vendor, and we really like to see a sold sticker down front at 2,112 with me now, 114 with me now.
Mr. Auctioneer, I have
Yes.
a question. Could you tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates, and body corporate are again?
Council rates is $2,006.45, with the body corporate $1,534 per quarter. The water rates roughly around 2,000. I don't have that information with me now, but it's in the contract there. It should be around $3,000, I think, a year.
I'll give you 5.
114. Another 5 on top at 119 the bid. Over here at 119. Sir, at 2,119 the call.
2.5.
2,500 at 121 and 500. 121 and 500. Love your style there, madam. At 121 and 500. 5,000 more. At 126 and half. 126 and a half. Bids down the back, madam. Against you now. 126 and 500. All smiles. Sir, at 126,500, over 2 million bids with you there. We show it done once, twice, third, and final time at 2 million. 1, 2, 6, and 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, most romantic words in real estate. We're on the market and going to sell if there's no better bid at 126, and 5. Congratulations in advance there, sir. At 126, and 5, sorry?
2.5.
At 126 and a half, and at 2.5, it takes us to 2,129. At 2,129, fantastic bidding there, madam. At 2,129,000, another 5 on top at 34. At 134, over the 2 million now. Sir, haven't forgotten about you yet. At 2,134,000, madam. Another 2.5 at 134. The smiling may work, madam, but I just need you to bid though. At 2,134. Sir, with you, it's against you now. What's the call? At 2,134. At 6,000, at 2,134, at 140. Good bid there, sir. At 2,140, at 2,140, at 2,1.
I'll double their bid.
2,140, at 2,152, at 2,152 the bid. At 2,152 now, sir, it's against you. At 2,152,000 on the market, and we will sell at 152 over the 2 million. Once, twice, third. Now, madam, sure we're done. Finish and silent at 2,152,000. Sir, with you, against you, and you, sure? Once, final time. Twice, third, and final call. We will sell, we sell, we sell, and we are. So, congratulations. Well done. Congratulations, sir. You definitely bought a great, great property. That's why we call it quiet luxury. To the rest of the underbidders, we hope we can find you something the same as well. If not, have a great day and take care.
Well done, Kenneth, our penultimate competitor today. We've got one left to compete and to put their position forward for the final tomorrow. Please bear with us, the judges, to enter their scores. We're back with you shortly. Thank you. Let's get ready for our final contestant for today's heats competition for the 2026 REIV Senior Auctioneer of the Year. We'll just wait. Get fine-tuned here. No problems. All good, Nathan?
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, folks, please make a big round of applause for our last contestant of today, Mr. Jake McIntyre from Ray White.
What does
Mr.
MC...
Auctioneer,
Yes.
I want to have a quick look at the apartment. Could you let me know what level it's on?
It's on level 1. Yeah, level 1. Hopefully that answers. We're going to kick the auction off very, very quickly. So you've only got maybe 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how much overtime I go into. Hopefully that answers your question. I'd love to see you involved with bidding here today.
Well, what does MCG really mean? Is it a moment? Is it a contest? Is it a grand prize? Well, why don't we find out? And a very warm welcome indeed on behalf of the Jones family. Over 50 years owning and enjoying the replications of this property. They've indicated it's now time to pass it on to another. So on behalf of the team and to our bidders, to our buyer, we wish you the very best of luck with the choices that do lie here in front of you. To our onlookers, well, we genuinely appreciate your company and curiosity. My name is Jake. I'm simply here to continue on the fantastic work from Toby at Ray White CRE. I'm certainly really excited to be acting on their behalf. He's contained all that documentation, wrapped it up nicely in that contract of sale. It is under lots 8 and 14, volume 09631, folio 595. It just indicates that number 8 at 35, well, it's to be owned as much as it is to be enjoyed. Our shadow of sale, that's the contract, the inclusions. They remained unchanged throughout the campaign. However, I will note that the washing line on the balcony is staying. Just be careful though, it's very good at airing out your dirty laundry. Rules of engagement when we sell subject to a written reserve price. It is reassuringly, it is excitingly reasonable. All you need to be is be our last bidder standing. If we reach and exceed that reserve selling expectation, we knock it down in your favour, or only good things are going to happen. Registration certainly encouraged here today. It's a lot like tapping on your MyKey card before you get on the tram. If you do have intentions of bidding here today, just be nice and clear. If you are bidding by proxy representative, but we certainly need to see those correct documents for you to do so. I've got a few important powers over today's proceedings. Just that right to push back on a bid if it's deemed not quite in the best interest of my owners. I've also got the right to bid on behalf of my owner. It's known as a vendor bid. Funnily enough, it's always under that reserve selling expectation, and it just indicates, well, they're happy to hold at that price. When paper comes to palm declaring the property unconditionally as sold, well, we certainly won't be taking any late bids. Now, understandably, if you get caught up in those celebrations, I've just got that right to sign on your behalf and my owner's behalf. By bidding here today, what it indicates to me that you've read the contract, a bit like a form guide at Flemington, and you know exactly who to bet on. But if you are sitting there waiting for those last minute updated odds, now is your time to ask. Any questions? Okay. Does MCG mean Melbourne's cosy gem? Well, there's something quietly compelling about East Melbourne. It's a suburb where history lingers in the streetscapes, where every address feels considered, it feels deliberate, it feels enduring. And tucked in that prize pocket, or number 8 at 35, well, it's a home that speaks less in excess and more in proportion, more in light and more in placement. Built before developers discovered the false economy of render and regret, it's red brick. It is unapologetic. And with just 12 apartments, the complex is simply small enough to say hello, but big enough to keep your space. It is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It means double the dreams, just a single on that steam. It's a home that understands the benefits of northern orientation. It's practical, it's efficient, and that neat, no-nonsense kitchen, well, it flows perfectly out onto your very own slice of fresh air. A balcony that should do exactly what a balcony should. And it's that balance, simplicity inside, but lifestyle outside, where the home really begins to speak. You live where the city buzzes
but your street, well, it whispers. Maybe MCG means minimal commute gratification. Maybe the solution to the fuel crisis. Or maybe it means morning coffee guaranteed, with a myriad of magnificent macchiato makers just moments away. And Jollymont Station, well, that puts you on the right track. It acts as a platform for connectivity, both into the city and far beyond. But no, I think that acronym stands for something else. A place of sports, where energy hums, where moments, well, they make memories. But know this, buyers and bidders. In this arena, MCG means moments create glory. Buyers, welcome to your moment. Your glory awaits. We call for an opening bid, an opening offer. Who kicks us off and about? Who goes? Opening bids. Would have thought somewhere say about 1.5 to kick us off into play. Certainly can go there by way of a vendor bid, but your money is certainly better to mine. It's cheap and cheerful at that price. We count it down, otherwise we go there.
1.81.
1.81, certainly topping my bid, sir, and welcome back in at 1.81 and best of luck. $1,810,000. Buyers, why don't we go say 200 on top of there and make it 2 and 10. First call now. At
25.
At 25, and welcome back in. That short walk, well, it's hopefully getting you to home ownership. At 25 now, at 35 it is.
25.
So, at 25, something maybe a little bit stronger, do we say?
25.
25, okay. Couldn't help me for trying there, sir. At 25, now 10, 35, straight through to 70. It's 60 now. At 60 it goes now. 1860, first call now. At $1,860,000. Second time.
Match his bid.
Match his bid, and the 25 back on top. And it's a great bid there at 60 now. At 85 it is now. At 885, first call now at 885. Do we go maybe straight to 2? At 885.
I'll do one better than her, 26.
885 and 26. And welcome back in, our third bidder in it. At 8 and 25, so at 11 it is. At 11 it goes now. At 1, 9 and 11, 9, 11 certainly puts you on that fast lane to success. At 9, 11, first call now.
Right.
At 1, 9 and 11.
27.
At 27, I can see the pattern here. I'm presuming 28 that it comes out there. At 27, at 39 it is. At 39 it goes now. 1, 9 and 39.
27.
At 27, at 9, 11, 27, at 38. 38 it is. First call now. At 38 it goes.
Add one more, 28.
And 28. 28 it goes. Okay. At 38 now. At 28. At 28. At 46. At 56. At 56. At 66. First call now. At 66. 56.
1,966.
1,966. You say it, I say it, we get there together now. 1,966, it goes, first call now. At 1,966, we come back in, we make it 29, say. At 1,966, second time now. Third, and final time at 1,966, maybe something a little bit light and lower. At 1,966, sir, we welcome you straight back in at 1,966. Otherwise, we can simply go there by way of vendor bid. I'm going to put 20 on top at 86 now. It is my second vendor bid if we use that first one. First call now.
2030.
At 2030, and welcome in, sir, at 2030 now. First call now at 2030, sir. We put the 30 on top or the 31. Where do we go? First call now at 2030. Second time now.
2,050,000.
2,050,000. Just that 20 on top, and certainly welcome you back in. At 50 now it goes.
I'll give you one more than her last.
At 50, so 21. At 71 it is. At 71 it goes. First call now at 71.
I'll give you the same as the last.
At 71 and straight through there to 92. At 92 it goes.
One more than the last.
At 92, I can pick the pattern here at 92. At 95, and it would be 15. At 15 it goes, 1, 2, 1 at 15. First call now.
So 22.
22. 22 on top. So at 14 it goes now. At 14 it is once called now. At 14, second time now. At 14. Third and final time before we go. Now, ma'am, do we welcome you back in? Sir, we welcome you back in here. Maybe something a little bit lighter. Now, sir, we wouldn't increase your own position at this point to get into that home ownership. Otherwise, we may be having a quick conversation with our owner. Happy to sit there? Okay. Mr. Owner, great news. We started off, we've got 3 people bidding, not quite at a level in which you indicated that you were prepared to sell.
Just pass it in if need be.
Pass it in. Happy to do that. No instructions have changed. Okay, pass it in. Okay. Certainly no instructions different. Okay. Well, buyers, with that, our instructions really nice and clear, not at a level in which we can sell at this point. Sir, before we go to those private negotiations, you wouldn't improve your own position. Okay, well, we count it down 3 calls 3 times, otherwise we simply pass the property back in. First call now.
Mr. Auctioneer.
Yes.
Could you tell me what the annual total for council rates, water rates and body corporate are again?
Okay, so the rates are for water approximately $1,300 a year. Your remaining balance on the annual charges at 1,003, so approximately 2,303 is left over. Hopefully that helps you get back involved with the bidding.
I'll give you 5.
We give me 5 on top, and great, in at 19 it is. At 19 it goes now. First call now at 19 on that right-hand side, sir. 19 at 21 and a half. At 21 and a half it is. First call now at 21 and a half. At 27 and a half. At 27 and a half it goes. First call. 26 and a half. It was the 5 more. Okay, 26 and a half. First call now at 26 and a half. Second time now, sir, do we welcome you back in? Ma'am, don't let him get away. Third and final time, 26 and a half. Before it goes, you sure? Well, good news, we're on the market. We sell unconditional. Without a better offer, we simply transact. It goes on the right-hand way.
2.5.
At 2.5, at 26, at 28 and a half. At 28 and a half, at 29. First call now at 29. Second time, just the 5. Okay, at 34. At 34 it is. Now, sir, ma'am, we welcome back in at 34. First call now.
One
at
more
34.
than the last.
At 34, so 34, so it'll be 40. At 40 it is. First call now.
I'll double their bid.
At 40, 16, so it'll be 52 at 52. First call now at 52. Cards in the deck. Let's see how they lay towards you. At 52, second time now. At 52, third and final time. Before we go, ma'am, do we welcome you back in? Otherwise, we simply sell on the right-hand side. It goes. You sure? It goes. Welcome home. We are sold. Congratulations. Well, to our victor goes the spoils. Maybe MCG means mortgage commitment gained. And a very warm welcome to you, to our underbidders, the great team at Toby Ray White CRA who will certainly help you home. To everyone else, thank you so much for your support. I'm going to leave you with the wise words of my favourite coach. I've never run out of time. I've never lost a game. We welcome you to the new area.
All right, excellent, Jake. That brings a finality to our competitors. They'll be waiting nervously, I'm sure, for the announcement of who'll be making it through to tomorrow's final. I will let the judges submit their scores now. Judges, after you complete and do submit your scores, we'll reconvene in one of the meeting rooms outside. Elena will guide you through there. And once we do have a quick chat, it's at 12:35 now, so I think we'll be back maybe 10:02 or 5:02 to announce the finalists. Okay, bear with us, folks.